I did have a story. You know what? This is for my friend Virginia. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I stayed in San Diego. And my friend Virginia, she was a really good friend of mine. And she had this huge husband, you know, his name was Chewy. Big dude, big. I'm talking about like ogre. And just, you know, he had the pants up to here and the shirt, you know, the wife, I don't want to say the word, but you know what I'm saying. You had the big old handlebars. Chewy. And he had another cat with him. And I wanted to be cool, you know. Virginia was my friend, and she was like, "Hey, Chewy's gonna go down to Mexicali. You want to go with him? He's gonna get a tattoo." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then he showed up and he, picked me up. I'm like, "Hey, guys." I tell you, man, I get into these worst situations ever. So they picked me up, and the other guy is just as big. And the first thing I say to him, I'm like, "Dude, you're not going to eat me, right?" The guy looked like he just came out of the joint. Like he spent like 30, 40 years in the joint. I mean, he had big old bars like this too. Big, I'm talking about fat bars. It's like, you could like sweep the floor just like. He just stares me down, and I thought it was dead. I thought they were going to. I thought Virginia set me up. So he looks down and he's like, "You're funny, dude." We started driving from San Diego all the way to Mexicali. And then they're giving me these beers. Boom, 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 boom. We're just drinking in the truck. You know, I don't know how many hours or whatever the case is. And then they lit up something else, I don't want to say. But, I mean, we lit like Cheech and Chong on this big lifted truck going down the freeway to Mexico. So I was already like, woo. And we get there, and the guy that does the tattoos, his name is Huicho. Huicho was a former gang banger out of San Diego. And he was so bad that they kicked him out of the United States. You got to be bad to be kicked out. He served time in prison, and then he got out, and then boom, they sent him off. So he had to do tattoos in Mexicali, which was close to California border. So we get there, and like I said, I'm trying to make it short. Stone, whatever the case is, blasted. And I should have said, they went around, they're like, "Who's first?" And me, because I was kind of timid on these guys, like I said, you got to know who you can take and who you can't. I'm not going to take these two big ogres. They would break me out in half. And then the Huicho was just as bad. Huicho was just as big. I mean, tattooed, just blown out everywhere. And they went first, second. And then 6 o'clock rolls by, and he's like, what do you want? I show him this tattoo, and I'm like, "Well, I want this, I'll try to show it. I want this girl. It's on a Lowrider magazine." And I'm like, "I want this on my arm." He's like, "You're gonna hang with that?" And it was like 6 a.m. I haven't slept. They're smoking out in this place. I couldn't even breathe. And so he starts tattooing me, bum, 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 bum. And then I'm looking up. I'm like, And then boom, I pass out. I wake up to the hardest slap of my life. I mean, it would look like something out of a movie, like, "Pow!" and spit just fly everywhere. My friend, her husband, Chewy, slapped me. And I don't know if you guys ever seen that Las Vegas movie where they're driving back and everybody's quiet. That's how I was. The point of my story is, don't be last to anything. Always be first. Always be the first person to put something out. Don't follow a trend. Don't do anything. Don't wait on somebody else. Don't listen to anybody else. Don't sit second place, because you're going to get slapped. Like that ogre slapped the hell out of me. Chewy, if you're watching this, that freaking hurt, and you know it.